broadcasting! Yeah! Okay.
Right.
So, let's
If we're podcasting, then hello, everybody. It is October 8th, 2015. This is ThorTV and Loki Hates You.
It's not switching, I noticed. Hold on. All right.
It says live on there. I'm just not seeing it on the YouTube. Oh, there it is. Got it.
Yeah, but the camera isn't. Oops.
An amazing new beverage.
Let me just close that.
Camera's not switching back and forth, though.
It's getting sound for me, right?
Yeah. Wait. Talk.
1, 2, 3 o'clock, 4 o'clock, rock. 5, 6, 7 o'clock, rock. 9, 10, rock. Okay.
I can't I can't see your audio levels, but I can hear you.
Okay. Well,
yeah, but switching back and forth like it's supposed to.
Let's troubleshoot in game. Okay. Right. I got Tumblr posted. I got Facebook posted. Right. So cool. We got everybody here, I think. Hey Elizabeth. Hey Haley. Hey Joanna. Hey Adrian. Andrada. Hey Helen. Hey Zio. Hey Jazzy. Hey Kat. Helen again. Hey Joanna. Hey Carla. Hey Mara. Okay. Hey Danielle. Can you guys hear me? Wait, am I frozen? I'm not frozen. You're frozen. Butt's frozen.
So as soon as I click off of you, see, I figured out how to turn just one thing on at a time and going back and forth, and I figured out how to turn it off, but now all of a sudden it's just not switching back and forth automatically like it's supposed to be doing.
Well, I don't know, man. Everyone watching, can you hear me?
Testicles 1, 2. Yep.
Ask. Okay, they can hear me. Good.
Well, that's weird. There wasn't even a delay, though.
Oh, maybe we're doing a live audio broadcast right now. Because I can't. Oh, I've got it paused. Hello, everybody.
There's 30 seconds before we get that response, and as soon as you said it, they responded. Going back and forth, and I figured, oh, maybe they're responding to something else we said 30 seconds ago. No, it says we can hear you.
Well, I asked a little while ago, so.
Okay, so they were responding to that first 30 seconds.
Okay, so I've only got one question this week.
I didn't get any.
No questions, you guys. We're gonna be free falling. We're gonna be free balling it this time around.
Free balling.
Free bow. Google Chrome. Why is it doing this? Okay, broadcast questions. Very good. All right, so we're gonna pop this out here and put that. No, not like that. And we're going to put this up here. Okay, so basically, the only broadcast question I have is Queen Jen Mermaid asks, have you and Thor ever been to a nightclub? And the answer is yes. For me, I didn't enjoy myself so much. I don't really like nightclubs. I don't like to dance. I don't particularly drink. I don't drink at all. And going to a nightclub is just a loud place that it has a lot of bad smells and drunk, inconsiderate people. And when I was younger, I had a fake ID, and it cost me some money. And then one of them, it wasn't a nightclub, it was a bar, but they took my fake ID away and hung it on their wall. And I was like, fuck it, never mind then. What are your nightclub experiences?
I'm trying to think. The only one that I can remember right now, I think I went to one at Kamikaze, but you didn't go. Like, we were both around, but you went home and I went to the thing.
Yeah.
It was all right. You know, I like to drink, so it worked out for me.
Yeah.
And that was when I first met that band. Oh, what's their name? That band that they run around with the hammers and they got their own leather costumes and stuff.
Songhammer, yeah.
What is it?
Songhammer.
Okay, yeah, them.
The two
They
guys,
were there playing.
they're like two bald guys that have like single
Yep.
wisp of hair. Yeah,
Yeah.
we saw them at we saw them at the KTL, the San Diego Fox News thing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Yeah.
And before that, they were at Kamikaze in LA, and I met them there. They were performing, which is pretty cool. I don't think I even found anywhere to fall asleep at until after 5 a.m. It was
Yeah,
a pretty wild night.
yeah, that was one of the times you've gone out and partied at a con, and like I was like, I don't know where he is. He is making his way out.
I think that's the only time. I think that's the only time after a con we actually separated.
I feel like there was the time at WonderCon where you went to hang out at the hotel, but I ended up coming to get you later at night. But that wasn't the entire night you were out. You know, that was a few hours. You went and did one thing, and I went and did another for a couple hours.
That's right. That's right. I remember that.
That turned out well.
Oh yeah, that was great. Great night. Fantastic.
Yeah. So typically after a con, we go home and we just chill out. We get a good meal, and then we just go home and get some sleep for the next day. So there's not too much nightclub stuff happening around con time, and even especially not around con time. Neither one of us have money to go and pay $10 to get in somewhere and then drink expensive drinks.
$10 a drink.
Did anyone else get ThorTV's tweet in Thai?
Huh?
I don't know. Has your Twitter been hacked? Maybe you've got a Thai hacker in your Twitter account tweeting in Thai. Weird. Dark Lightning.
What?
Lynn was asking if anyone's getting. I don't know. We'll unravel that as they discuss it more in a couple minutes.
If my tweets are coming out in Thai?
I guess. Well, unless it's a typo, but I can.
Oh, holy shit! They are coming out in Thai.
Weird. Oh, that's really funny. How do you accidentally make your tweets? I don't know. It might be worth looking into your security settings to see what's going on with that. Okay.
It happens. Yeah. No. Never mind.
Oh, Ziamara says there was a question for us both that she sent to either you or me or both of us. Ziamara, can you find that question and repost it?
I was looking for it. I just went to Tumblr looking for it, and I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I delete everything off of Tumblr immediately. So if you guys ever ask me a question on Tumblr and it doesn't come through, I may have just deleted it. It's force of habit where I just immediately delete everything. So, Thor, will you take your kids trick-or-treating while in your Thor cosplay?
I would do it, I guess. I don't know. I haven't. The problem is now that I've started cosplay, every time Halloween rolls around, it's Kamikaze.
That's true.
I always have to go down to Kamikaze because that was like my first con. So I need to kind of try to honor that one, and make it a tradition. But I'm trying to bring them down there for one of them. It'd be nice.
Yeah, I mean, I wish I had a bigger place so that you could come to Kamikaze and do at least the in con. They have a trick-or-treating event like in the con where you can just bring the kids around all the booths. And basically all the booths have the same like bagged bullshit candy, but at least like the kids get to go and do the thing. But
my kids drive you mad within minutes.
If you had a bigger place, at least they'd be able to be in the living room while, I could retreat to the bedroom and you guys could mess around in the rest of the house. But unfortunately, with just this one room, there's not many options for having more than one or two people here. Mm-hmm. I've never been to a nightclub. Can't even stand Hollister. My phone was stolen at a club. So happy to see you guys. Yeah, it's good to be back. I know it seemed like forever since the last time we streamed. We've been having to skip one or two. As a matter of fact, we may have to do tonight's stream a little earlier, maybe like only an hour from 5 to 6, because I've gotten an invite to go to an advanced screening of Crimson Peak. So I may go and see a movie tonight around 6. So we can either do 5 to 6, an hour-long stream early, or we can wait until like 11 p.m. and do like a 2-hour stream in the middle of the night for people who feel like staying up. I'm not sure what your schedule looks like, but we'll work it out and we'll announce it after, or either maybe during or after this stream.
Yeah, we'll figure it out.
So you guys are going. You guys going to the Kamikaze after party for Halloween this year? I have no guarantees. I make no guarantees about after party plans. A lot of times after a con, we'll just end up going to dinner at 10 o'clock at night, and by the time we're done eating, it's like, well, I gotta go to sleep. I do not have any energy left to go to an after party.
Yeah, there's people here. They're painting the house blue.
That sounds nice.
So there's a lot of animals running around. There's a lot of things going on. It's pretty crazy.
Have you committed to any Kamikaze after parties or anything?
I haven't committed to anything. We just have a panel thing. That's the only thing I committed to as a panel.
Yeah, Sunday morning we're going to have a panel for Coslyceum, which may turn out to be chaos. I think there may be a lot of cosplay guests. So if you guys want to see a really like chaotic panel on Sunday morning, we're going to be there, and potentially it could be up to 5, 6, 10 cosplayers trying to get microphones at the same time. And when it comes to that sort of situation, I'm going to be honest, I usually don't compete for microphone time. I'll let the other guys do the work, because it's not worth being the guy that's constantly interjecting. But I'm not sure. I'm not completely sure about the lineup. So Sunday morning, keep an eye out for the Coslyceum. I forget what the name of the panel is. It's like cosplay progression from Halloween costume to on screen or something like that. And I don't know what the focus of it is, but
yeah, neither do I.
It's probably just going to be the same rambling stuff you see at any other panel. But we may actually have a commitment on Saturday night. I need to talk to you about that. A buddy of mine contacted me that we may have to actually leave the premises of Kamikaze Saturday night. We've been offered a gig to judge a costume contest in Big Bear. So
Big Bear. Where is that?
On early on Saturday, driving up there, judging this contest, and then coming back for Sunday. But again, we're not committed to that, but it may happen. So we'll discuss that further later. You guys got to Kamikaze after party. Bill, there's another UPS parcel you have to sign for. Yeah, I got the slip yesterday. I'll have to, the guy's either going to drive by my house or he's not. I may have to walk out into the street and find him in his truck and ask him for the package. So UPS is an ongoing struggle.
Yeah, they don't come to the door, do they?
No, well, they can't. I got that black metal gate out front. So
yeah, they can't.
They can't get to the front door, so they just like drive by. They just don't even bother. Danny has a question. Do you guys collect things, or did you used to collect things? I used to collect feathers and shells when I was little. You want to take this one first?
I didn't collect feathers and shells. I don't think I really got in. My first obsession with trying to collect anything was probably about 6 or 7, and I wanted pretty much like anytime I watched a show, or a cartoon, I wanted every toy.
Yeah.
Like one toy wasn't good enough. It had to be all of them. So when I watched Voltron, I had like two of the lions, and I wasn't happy because I wanted all 5 lions.
Right.
As a kid, I had 3 of the Ninja Turtles. I never had all 4 Ninja Turtles, and it's like this incomplete feeling inside that would never go away. But as far as like being younger and stuff, it was always about the toys and stuff. As I got older, I started collecting comic books and comic cards. Really into the comic cards. It's not doesn't seem to be a thing anymore, but I really enjoyed collecting those. So I can get, if I allow myself, I can get extremely OCD about collecting. I just want everything.
Yeah, I think the OCD thing is a real. I had tons of collections because I don't know. There was something about being completionist for me where like I collected like certain titles of comic books, like Spawn comic books. I would get every title with Spawn or having to do with Spawn. I collected Magic cards. I collected Marvel superhero cards. I collected, God, when I was real young, remember Troll dolls? I had a ton of trolls.
Yes.
I collected nutcrackers. I collected fake fool's gold. Like if you ever go on vacation to like Arizona.
Oh yeah.
Every gift shop has these little nuggets of fool's gold with like little kind of cast iron figurines on them. God, I collected Nerf guns. I collected when I was in like high school. I collected like knives and like prop weapons and stuff like that. Just a ton, like everything I could get my hands. Spawn figures, like, and I know you collected Spawn figures as well. Like we both had massive collections of Spawn figures, from what I gather.
Oh my God, yes.
And it's all gone now. Like, there's a point in your life where when you're young, you're so excited to collect all these things, and then you go to college, and one day they just everything disappears. Your parents get rid of them, someone throws them away, someone sells them, and it's usually not even your choice. Like, it's usually just that, you know, stuff just goes away. And then one day you realize, oh, all that stuff is gone. It's not heartbreaking because you didn't need it, but it's like, I wonder where all that shit went. And it's probably in the hands of another 12-year-old who's now in that collection phase. So, yeah, we were both big collectors, I think, and not so much anymore. Now I'm trying desperately to avoid collecting things. Zombicide is the big thing that I'm sort of trying to keep it at bay at this point, where it can fit in a fairly small space, but it's
I was going through that with the Zombicide thing just the other night. I had because I got the expansion pack, so I wanted to start building the little box and doing all that stuff, and I just started getting really obsessive.
Yeah,
like with every little piece, I'm like, no, stop. I'm like, I need more of these zombies. I need more of these zombies. I have room for this. I have room for that. And I'm like, no, just stop.
All right. So let me stop you right there. Helen, before you flip out and send Steven like homicide things, wait until after Kamikaze. I've got to figure out how much Zombicide stuff is coming in from Helen, and Helen and other people, mostly Helen. I'm looking at you, Helen. Because you've gone rogue and you've started sending me things that aren't on the list. So like a lot of that stuff I'm going to be spreading to Steven to make sure that he has as much stuff as he can. And just hold off before you start sending more Zombicide stuff. That's all I'm asking you guys. You don't have to stop sending gifts because I know that's your thing and you love doing that shit. But just give us a minute to organize this stuff before we can get more in the mail.
That's great. Yeah, I guess a few people have figured out a way to send things that are not on the list. I think, I don't know how that works. Like,
yeah, maybe.
What do you do? Like, click on something?
Yeah, I know Helen's my unwish list gifter. So maybe we can have her do a tutorial for us at some point. Show
I
everyone
feel like
how they can send us
things might go a little crazy.
when we open. But Helen, we appreciate everything you said. It's absolutely appreciated. It's just so weird to like open up a box and be like, what is this? Okay, so someone else was asking, what's Sophie's total up to? So for anyone who's just tuning in on the Sophie thing, I woke up yesterday to a knock on my door. My landlady was at my door knocking, and she was very distressed. And she was crying and saying, my cat's hurt. Her legs are broken. I don't have the money to help her. Like, I don't know what to do. So I was kind of just waking up. I was like, I don't even know what's going on here. So I went over and we took a look at her cat, and her cat, sure enough, is very injured. And someone had found her cat in the street after the cat had run away. It's supposed to be an indoor cat, but the cat had run away. And someone had found the cat, brought it to an animal shelter like 20 miles away, like really far away. And the animal shelter had taken x-rays and returned the cat, and called my landlady and been like, come and get this cat. And they gave her the x-ray CD. And we went to a nearby vet and said, like, can you look at these x-rays and tell us what's going on? And the vet's like, well, cat's got broken legs, so it's going to be a lot of money to fix it. So we got back, and she's like, I don't know what I'm going to do. I don't want to kill this cat for having broken legs. I don't want to euthanize the cat. So I kind of started a fundraiser through PayPal where people can chip in however much money they want. And we're up to $2,226.10 for Sophie's legs. I've also contacted a few different charitable organizations about who will donate to cats having medical or pets having medical procedures, and I've gotten in touch with one of them, and we're going to see if they come through. They responded to me last night and said, like, can you send us links to everything that you're doing? And if they decide to get back to me, they might pitch in some money too, but there's no guarantee on that. So right now we're at, like I said, $2,226.10. Every single penny of that is going to the vet. That's how it's going to be. Keeping no percent of this. I tried to make it so that PayPal, if you gift the money through PayPal, it doesn't take a fee. It doesn't, everyone's recommending GoFundMe. Use GoFundMe. My friend had a GoFundMe. I had a GoFundMe. GoFundMe takes 5%. If I'm trying to raise $4,000, that means $200 in my donations are getting sent to GoFundMe for being a middleman. While I would probably get a little extra publicity on GoFundMe, like I would get to, be on one of their pages or whatever, it would probably not be enough of a difference to balance out that extra $200. So I'm trying to keep your money going to where it's supposed to be going. And I understand GoFundMe is a very popular site, and I understand everyone recommends it highly, but PayPal is doing the job. Social media, the way you guys have been sharing the posts, have been amazing, and you're spreading it all around, and people are donating obviously like crazy. Since noon yesterday, we've raised $2,000 in 24 hours. So we're doing a lot of good work here. Let's see.
What are you trying to get up to?
Well, we haven't gotten the quote from the surgeon yet, but as it looks right now, what the doctor had said yesterday was that there's one small operation and one big operation. The small operation, probably like $1,500. The big operation, more like probably $2,500 or more. So we're looking at least $4,000 if this cat wants to keep both of her legs. Potentially, we could do the small operation and an amputation for the amount of money we have now. But I don't know. Like, if it comes down to the cat keeping her leg and me just putting up the money right now, I'd rather this cat has 4 legs. As funny as a 3-legged cat would be, like, and as kind of cute as it could be, like it's not the novelty of a three-legged cat is not balanced out by a few $1,000s. I'd rather just put the money in myself and maybe keep, reaccruing the money if anyone else wants to donate post operation. So yeah, so let's get this cat back on all 4 feet, and if the surgeon says the leg has to come off, then that's the way it has to be. But if the surgeon says it's just going to cost more money to keep the leg, then I'd like to keep the leg.
That's so weird. Like, I don't understand some of these. What is the cat doing right now? Like, it's in limbo.
She's just in a lot of pain right now. Like, we're waiting on this phone call, and the cat is just sitting there. She got some pain medication yesterday. We paid to get her a shot that lasted her through the night. She also got a little anesthesia to help her make it through an x-ray. So she got some sleep last night, but I'm going to be honest, the cat's probably just kind of suffering right now. And she's going to be suffering. Like, she's got 2 severely broken femurs. So it's not going to be sunshine and lollipops for her for the next few weeks. Like, no matter what, she's going to be in pain. But the quicker we get the operation, the quicker she'll be recovering. Okay, on a lighter note, let's get back to normal questions. But we'll talk more about the cat. I understand it's important to everyone who's donated. But we're going to do some regular questions, and then we'll come back to it when it comes back up. Ziamara asks, have you ever been in martial arts or self-defense class? If not, would you like to practice it?
I'd like to practice it. I've never done it.
I think when I was like 11 or maybe even 9, probably around 9 years old, I took about 3 karate classes. And I don't know, I just never felt all the stuff that I ever did. I tried out for softball, I tried out for soccer, and I always hated it. I always hated doing group stuff where there was an instructor, and it just never worked out well for me. So I think I only made it through 3 karate classes before I kind of called it quits on that.
Before you mastered it and moved on.
I didn't master shit. All we did was we did this thing with like, yeah, we did this guy. Yeah. We did that guy there. And then that was about it. I think there was a couple kicks in there as well, but I, as my 9-year-old self, it just didn't hold my interest. I wanted to do backflips. And it's not that I would have been able to do backflips, but I wanted to do the cool stuff you saw on TV, and I just didn't have the patience for it, which is, as it turns out, a big part of the discipline of martial arts.
Patience.
You gotta learn that stuff. Sweet, maybe able to see an hour stream. That would be. I'm going out on Halloween dressing as a Reaper. Okay. I tried to collect Beanie Babies. Still collect shells. Okay. Vintage glass. I collect vintage glass insulators and patches for my travel bag from locations I've been to. Glass insulators. I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. That was a weird one.
Yeah. A Metal Gear Solid collection. All the games. Ultimate collection. All right, so video games. That's a collection thing. I have all the Smash Brothers, so that's a pretty manageable collection. Typically, it's a video game collection. It doesn't end up being more than just like a couple of DVD cases. Okay. 4 huge collections of Star Wars. How you feeling, buddy?
Mm-hmm.
You wanna tell everybody why you're looking a little?
Only you could see me.
You're telling me I'm the only one that could see?
You could only see me like right now. You're the only one who could see me.
While I'm reading through these questions, why don't you tell them what you've been through in the last couple of days?
I had my face drilled into yesterday morning for about 3 hours, where I had a broken tooth that had to be removed. It's been broken for months now, just nobody could really see it. It's because it's off over here to the side. So they needed to pull out the root, and they pulled that out. And I was supposed to get an implant yesterday, but there was an infection. So they had to kind of drill that out too, which was fun. And bone grafting. So it was all filled up and they stitched everything back together. So it was a good 3 hours of fun. Now I have to wait 4 to 6 months before I can get a tooth implant put in. So that was my day. You know, you had the kitty stuff, which I didn't even read anything about that story until like 11:30 last night, because I was just sleeping in and out of consciousness all day yesterday.
Yeah,
so I didn't read that and share it.
You should get ThorTV to share it. And I'm like, I'm sure he's keeping busy. Like, I know, you and I pretty share everything that the other one puts out. So
yeah, I was too busy drooling all over the place, and like I drool all down my arm and down the bed. It's pretty great.
Oh boy, that's gross. Let's see. Yeah, Mina, everything. As far as Tina, do we know how much we need for the cat? The estimate is around 4,000, but I'm willing to bet it's going to bleed over into almost 5,000. I can't be sure though. If they do that amputation, honestly, we've already got enough. What I think I'm going to do is if there ends up being more money donated than we actually need, I'm going to give it to one of the foundations that helps with animal surgeries. So it'll go towards, some other cat that we may never meet. But it seems like the for the love of Alex foundation, or for the love of Alex Incorporated, is the one that's the most close to helping me out. So it'll probably go towards them if we have a remainder, which as of right now I doubt we will, but that's the plan. Okay. Middle of the story. I'm sad. Inspired at the same time. Okay. Hope we can do it. Pets are so much more. How have your Twitch streams been going, Steven?
My Twitch, not so bad. It's been pretty fun. It's every time I do it, it's like I would experiment with a different way of doing audio and lighting and video and stuff like that. I came down where I basically have it down to a science where I use the microphone from the Dre Beats. It has one of the cables with the microphone on it. It actually works and sounds really good. It doesn't sound like a crappy mic or anything like that. And gaming's been going great, depending on what time of day. I think I had up to like 17 or 18 people in the room one time, which is actually really awesome. The last time I played, I was playing at like 1 o'clock in the morning. So I had like 2 or 3 people in there, but it was still a lot of fun. I love playing Batman. I want to go play it some more. I haven't played the last 2 days because with dealing with a lot of stress about even going to the dentist and some pretty bad vertigo issues going on. So I had to kind of just skip over playing the last couple days. But I want to try and play today. Hopefully. I don't know. Been a little lightheaded. I don't know what the deal is with the vertigo thing. Like I stress myself out so much that I cause vertigo. I don't know if that's a thing.
Yeah, that's a thing.
Okay. Well, that's what's been going on. So now that the dentist stuff is done, maybe I can calm myself.
Yeah.
I can play some games.
Exercising, eating right, and trying to socialize is the best thing you can focus on. Getting your sleep schedule back on track is probably going to help too. But that vertigo thing, like that used to happen to me. It still does every once in a while, but yeah, anxiety is not a joke. Like that shit will screw with your body more than a lot of, actual viruses will. Or, you'll get viruses because your immune system's compromised.
Yeah, because of the stress. You ever get have you ever had an issue with ringing in your ears? Or anything like that?
Yeah, but I think that's more from me listening, being involved with bands that just and not wearing earplugs.
No, I listen to music pretty loud, so
yeah.
I got the Dre Beat mixers. The reason why I spent an extra $50 for the mixer headphones is because they're so insanely loud. Like those headphones will make your ears bleed.
Yeah, I don't like music that loud. I've gotten a very deep respect for earplugs at band practices, and when I'm listening to music in my house, I keep it at a pretty reasonable volume.
Well, you have to.
Well, yeah, I got neighbors so close to me on all sides. So they want to know how tall we are. I'm 5'9".
6 foot. Somebody wrote 6'2". I don't know why. Sure, I'll go with 6'2". I think that's actually that's probably Tom Hiddleston's 6'2", and then Chris is 6'4".
Yeah, they're both very tall, jerks.
Yeah.
Jazzy wants to know if I can do backflips now. I used to be, my next door neighbor had a trampoline. I used to be able to do front flips and land it, and backflips and land it, and do all these crazy twisting backflips and stuff. But something happened around 20, when I turned 20, where I just lost my equilibrium, and every time I tried to do a backflip on a trampoline, I'd go sideways. I would end up going, instead of going straight across the trampoline, I'd actually almost jump sideways off the trampoline. But I could do backflips at one point in my life. I'm sure if I practiced, I could get back on track with it. But did you ever have any experience with acrobatics?
Oh, no. Nope.
Frost Adder wants to know, what album do you have playing in your car right now?
You know what I just recently got into? I didn't even know that I knew nothing of them, but I've heard their music all the time. I just never paid attention to the band. Was Fall Out Boy. You listen to them?
I know of them. I've heard their radio stuff, and I got to listen to quite a bit of them on the way to and from Salt Lake.
Oh, really?
When I was with Ray Nix Cosplay and Harley Cat Cosplay. They were doing some Fall Out Boy stuff. It's just fine. It's fine. I mean, it's poppy, catchy music. I'm cool with it. It's just not anything I'd go out of my way to listen to. Yeah, I don't know. I've just been generally listening to my Pandora dubstep, dubstep channel, and it's just simple driving music, and it just I do my dishes, I do whatever chores I need to do, and it doesn't distract me from anything. So that's what I've been up to as far as music goes. But when I'm in my car, it's all radio. It's all classic rock and rock stations, which are unfortunately not rock stations anymore in LA. Rock stations in LA just play kind of rock folk bullshit.
Country.
Banjo, whatever. Which is not bad music, but it's certainly not what I want to hear on a rock station.
Yeah, my normal default is pretty much 5 Finger Death Punch and Avenged Sevenfold.
Yeah,
is what I normally listen to. I can use the bathroom. Yeah, fine.
All right. So let's talk more about Sophie. So I've been taking, I got a couple pictures and videos of Sophie that I haven't posted yet. She's a good cat. She only weighs I think 7 pounds. And she doesn't like having a thermometer up her butt. That's a big surprise. I learned that yesterday. But the doctors who are taking care of her are super nice. They seem super knowledgeable. We actually insisted yesterday, even though we had x-rays before, They were x-rays that were taken with her kind of squirming around, so they weren't super clear. So I went for the extra mile, and I had them take a second set of much clearer x-rays, which you saw when I posted them online. And I'm waiting for my landlady to come over and talk to me. I was thinking maybe she would even interrupt the broadcast today to come knock on my door. But right after this, I'm going to go and check up on her, see when she wants to head over to the vet. And I want to get this operation started by this afternoon so that Sophie can be on her feet in a couple of weeks. She's going to... one thing that I'm looking forward to is seeing how much they're going to shave. Because for me, there's something really funny about a shaved cat. And it's kind of sad and it's kind of weird, but it's so like crazy to see like a half-shaved cat. So that to me is a little, I don't know. It's not, I hope it's not mean, but I always think it's funny to see an animal that's kind of confused and half-shaven. But she's going to end up from navel to toes having no fur, which she's going to be getting a lot of sleep. So I'm sure she's going to be covered up in blankets a lot of the time, but she's going to be a little funny half-bald kitty. Sorry, Sophie. But it's too bad because I'd like for everybody to be able to afford to take their pets to the vet and have whatever needs to be done. But we all, everybody's struggling right now. Everyone's looking for work. Everybody's, trying to make ends meet. So when my landlady came to me, I was like, man, this cat's going to end up suffering a lot if I don't end up helping. So this will be my good deed for the year. And I have a feeling there's going to be a few more before the end of the year, but we'll see what we can do. But I want to thank everyone. I want to thank everyone for donating, but even more than that, I want to thank everyone for sharing, because that's been so crucial for just spreading the word. And what is that, a coffee popsicle?
It's a fudgesicle.
Just a fudgesicle? It just looks lighter brown than your typical fudgesicle.
How come I'm seeing a post that says Naughty Bill? What'd you do?
I think it was because I was talking about thinking that it's funny whenever an animal gets half shaved for an operation. All right. Tesla fan 95 wants to know, as Halloween is coming up, I have a question. What's your favorite thing about Halloween?
Scaring the crap out of people is fun.
Oh, because you used to work at the haunted house.
Yeah, I tried to get involved in some haunted houses down here, but they had already hired everybody they needed.
That's too bad.
So, didn't work out. Normally, I just volunteer. Like, I don't actually need the money usually, so I just show up, be like, "Hey, I'm here to entertain people that are waiting in line."
Yeah. I don't know. I think my favorite thing about Halloween is just walking around at night and seeing everyone out at night. Like, something's really fun about that. It's it's not normal to see people just like wandering through a neighborhood at night. And on Halloween, it's like you see children and they're having fun, and their parents are with them, and there's all sorts of light up things, and the costumes are out and everything. But there's something magical about like having everyone out on the street, sort of, doing things and playing and laughing. And that to me is really cool. America sucks in terms of medical bills. What's your Steam game that you've been playing lately? It's the Batman game, right?
Oh, yeah, this Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh, all right. Well, Frostadder, that's what he's been playing. And I've been kind of switching games a lot. I'm thinking I might do more. We did the one Cards Against Humanity game, and that got to involve people. So I'm starting to think like maybe I'll find some more like online board games where we can just kind of get everyone involved. Not everyone at the same time, maybe like 5, 6, 7, 8 people at the same time.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, games that involve more like reading and thinking, where I can talk to people more.
I love Cards Against Humanity.
Well, maybe you and I can both do Cards Against Humanity at the same time. We'll have to figure out who's actually going to stream it and how. I bet. All right, we'll figure it out. Okay.
How do you play that online? Is that an actual game you can get?
It's just a website that I think copied all of the. They basically just wrote a really simple program to emulate having, randomized cards, and you just click the cards and put them in, and then everyone sees what cards you put in, and then they judge. It's a pretty simple interface. Like, it's nothing too polished or anything. It almost looks like an old DOS prompt or something. It's pretty much all text.
There's another game that I played which was really cool. It was on somebody's PlayStation, where everybody like punches in a code onto their cell phone. They go to a website, punch in the code that's on the screen, and everybody's phone is hooked up to the PlayStation now, or to this website, and they would ask like ridiculous questions, and then you had to write your own lie or answer for it. So you would come up with your own answer, and then all the answers would pop up on the screen, including the real answer. So you would select which one you think is the real answer. And then like it would shuffle through, and like this one was ThorTV's lie, and this one was so-and-so's lie. And anybody who selects your lie, you get a bunch of points for.
Kind of sounds like that Dixit game we played.
That might be it. Did you play on your phone?
No, the one we played at Doug's house, where it was the bunnies, and you picked like a weird like a picture to represent something, where somebody had to figure out. They had to figure out whose card was what. We played it up in Sacramento at the house we stayed at. And you said Stairway to Heaven. Never mind.
Yep, I remember now.
All right.
Hey, I have a horrible memory, but yes, I remember the game now.
All right. Danny Hay asks, what was the last song you had stuck in your head?
Crap.
It's weird because the songs I get stuck in my head now are dubstep songs, so there's really no lyrics. It's just
So you're just going around the house going,
wow. Somebody saying ears ringing is a symptom of anxiety, which is fine. I think a lot of anything unpleasant can be related to anxiety. Ears ringing is no surprise. We're about to debate their heights. Okay, my bad. Fallout Boy. Okay. I haven't listened to Fallout Boy in years. Shinedown. What do you think about Shinedown?
Yeah, all one song I've heard is great. No, I don't know how many songs radio hits they have. Just the one or two?
They got one, yeah. It's maybe three. One of them is a Leonard Skinner song, so
yeah, the Leonard Skinner one. Yeah, that's pretty good. I mean, the dude sings well.
Yeah, I like his voice, but I don't know. There's such standard like alt rock stuff. Helen wants to know when we're going to hear more from Fired Upon. Fired Upon is struggling with just getting a half-hour set down. We've been through more band members in the past few months than ever before. Like, we've been through 5 or 6 different band members in the past 5 or 6 months. So you're not going to be hearing any new original material, that's for sure. But when we get our covers down, I'm going to try to get some recordings and somehow post them. Although recording covers is typically not such a great idea when you're trying to post them online because they'll get blocked, especially on YouTube. I don't know what my Pandora username is. I can
just need a guitar player, right? I wonder where we could find one of those.
Well, I wonder where in Los Angeles we could find one of those. Now, we just got a new guitar player. He's pretty cool. I like him a lot. We just got to get him up to snuff. Pandora used for work, radio, and the music. I love bench. 7-fold PGC time. Where's that cat? She's in the window. You can't even see her right now. She's not responding. South Africa, that's awesome. We got 10 minutes. We're going to try to bang through a couple more questions. Some are really shy, though, like featherweights. I saw your brother video. Have you guys ever thought about starting a band? I mean, something like Tenacious D, but cosplay style. You guys have really good singing voices, so maybe that's worth a shot. That's from Begareth. Yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of aspirations for doing a lot more parody videos, especially on Steven's end. He's been pushing for that a lot. And we just can't get in the same city for more than a couple of days at a time, especially not with the amount of camera equipment and lighting equipment it takes to make a video like the Danzig one that we made.
Yeah, people don't realize that. There's a lot of equipment I got to tote around.
Yeah. The reason why we were able to do that one was because A, it's a simple video to parody. B, I happened to be able to spend a week or 4 or 5 days up in Steven's town that he lived in. And so we had an entire day just to burn making that 3-minute video. I mean, it took probably 12 hours of labor to get that all put together. And it was just, you know, the two of us. So we wanted to
go back and reshoot.
Yeah.
Even after you left, I'm like, oh, I'm missing stuff on my end. Luckily, I was able to go and fix it.
Right. So we want to do more. We just have to get consolidated location-wise. Okay. Tenacious T. Interesting name. American Online Buddies told me about it. Loki Hates You. Did the same thing 5 days later. I'm here. My neighbors just shaved their cats yesterday. Everything but the tail and head. That's humiliating. I bet it's hilarious.
Especially when it's big fluffy cats and you just leave the paws and the tail and the head.
Oh man, they look like little poodle cats.
They do. It's fantastic.
The rings are just rings. I don't know why I like rings, but for some reason I hate elaborate clothing. Like, I always want to wear clothing that's just plain color, like one color, and I really like having things on my hands. Like when I was in high school and I would go to work, I would always have like, God, this sounds so stupid, but like I would always wear like fingerless gloves at work for like handling boxes and stuff. But I just really like having things on my hands for some reason. So I wear a lot of rings.
I've always been that way too. I got a bunch of the fingerless gloves.
Yeah. Bathroom break. Your cat Willie had his eye cut off. Wait, our cat Willie had to have his eye out. They cut off half his whiskers. Oh no. Cats hate that. They need those whiskers. I keep sharing on a page.
You said, oh no, it went all digital and stuff like it was auto-tuned. No. Great.
Whiskers. No, it's whiskers. Okay. Whole thing about whiskers. Halloween in the UK. Cards Against Humanity would be cool. Okay. Man. No, la 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 la. La la la. God, there's so much conversation here. And there's so few questions.
Well, that's okay. We can just talk about anything then.
Yeah, pretty much any song you wake up to, you're gonna have stuck in your head for the rest of the day. Have you ever been freaked out by a follower anywhere? Tesla Fan 95 asks, have you ever been freaked out by a follower anywhere?
I have a couple of times.
Yeah, but usually I'll bring that up with the follower. If there's somebody who's doing something that I'm not comfortable with, I'll typically just be like, hey, what's going on? Like, can we straighten this out? Because it seems a little off-putting that this is happening. actually, my Tumblr exists because someone created the Loki Hates You Tumblr without me knowing about it. And I went up, I sent them a message and I was like, hey, this is Loki Hates You. Like, it looks to me like this is me. Like you've made a site that looks like it's me. And the person who made it was like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't mean for that to be the case. And when you investigated further, you could see that they had said like, this is a fan page or whatever. But the Loki Hates You Tumblr and the Loki Hates You email was created by the same person, who then handed me the passwords and said, listen, you can moderate and handle this as much as you want. And then she ended up saying like, listen, I got to start school soon. So do you mind just taking over? So now I manage the Tumblr and the email and all that stuff, whereas it was created by someone who wasn't me at all. But that's how I like to handle things that I feel uncomfortable with, is I usually try to approach them and say like, you know, please, can we not do this or whatever, rather than going online to like my public page and being like, can you believe this guy did this shit? Like, it's so weird. But I think the fandom thing gives a lot of fuel for uncomfortable homage. What about you? You ever felt uncomfortable with anything fans do?
I have. I'm always somebody who will definitely confront it. My problem is I need to confront things maybe not so forceful sometimes, you know. That could be usually the case. Like, I'll just be pretty worked up by the time I'll actually say something that when I do, it usually doesn't come out as the greatest way to communicate with somebody. So
well, there you go. Yeah, I mean, people cross boundaries sometimes. I try to be gentle about it, but every once in a while somebody just doesn't get the picture and we end up silencing or blocking them or whatever in some way. And that's the best you can do. There's no reason to making a big deal out of it. Brandy wants you to play something. You want to play something real quick?
Nope. I don't want to play anything right now.
All right.
Not feeling it. Sorry.
Tesla fan recommends that we listen to Tesla. I think I have listened to Tesla, and I didn't particularly enjoy it. I think it's a little less aggressive than I usually like. I had to close out, go back in 30 seconds. One ring to the Lord of the Rings. I don't have a cat. Okay. You guys have the cats. Howdy, howdy. Hey, Rivers. This
Tesla
cat
sounds familiar. I just don't remember. Is that like a speed metal type thing, or
no? Tesla's like, I think they're more like almost technical classic rock, almost like Rush or something.
Oh, really?
But maybe more leaning towards hair metal, but they're definitely like kind of older, less aggressive metal. It's got the poofiest cat. Do you ever do cons in Canada? I'd love to be able to see you guys here. If we get invited to a con in Canada, we will go. Schedules permitting. Please tweet at your local cons so that they'll invite us. I know it seems like tweeting isn't gonna do much, but it's worked before. We've been invited to a couple of cons so far. If you tweet at them, they may message us and we may make it out. So that's the best we can tell you. I'm going to see if you can request you guys to come to Florida. Yep, same deal, Jazzy. See if we can get us out there. But it is now 12:58. So we're going to decide on a good time to do the second broadcast today, whether that's a little earlier in the afternoon than 6 or whether that's later at night. Yeah, I got to figure out what's going on with this cat. And we'll be posting about the schedule for later today. Anything you want to talk about?
No, I'm good. That's yeah. I don't have anything else really going on today, so it just depends on what you got going on.
Well, there we go. All right, so we're gonna go, and I'll go talk to my landlady, and we shall talk to you guys again soon. Love you, miss you, bye.